dum 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 dum
Space between.
Why, hello. Welcome to the Space Between podcast, where we talk about the space between life and art, passion and business. What's happening now and what's happening next. I'm Pat Shand.
I'm Amy Shand. I'm Amy Shand.
Speak the fuck up. Listen, I'm not sure if you guys can tell from the video. Well, actually, those who are watching on the live stream on this angle for sure can't tell. But those who are watching the video have noticed I've already switched to his beautiful peanut-shaped face. One of my dearest friends. We call him Twon.
Howdy ho. What's up?
Welcome, Twon. Get a bit closer to the mic, obviously, you know.
What's up, guys? Pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Twon, you know, I've known you for quite a long time. Amy has known you for almost as long, you know.
That's
me.
Not true.
No. I mean, if I were you, I'll let you get. I would let my husband, if I were you, right, get to his point.
Go ahead.
I've known Twon for 29 years. You think? About
Yeah.
Amy, you have known him for about 5 years, and in the grand scheme of
Nearly as long as
life, you know, like what is a year? Okay.
Exactly.
So, let me ask you a question. Amy has these new rats. And, you know, I don't like a loud pet. And they're over there fucking squeaking.
They're wrestling.
It's
with
a
each
nightmare.
other.
It's a nightmare. Actually, no. These three rats have been pretty good, even though they all look the exact same.
They're really cute. There's 3 of them.
They're named Ed, and Eddie.
Because they all look very similar.
Yeah, so I was like, why don't you just call them Ed and Eddie, you know? That's how it happened.
That was my idea, for sure.
So listen, for those who watch the podcast week by week, you would have noticed Twon as, I'd say, like, not to denigrate your role in the episode, but you were like a sub guest.
Yeah.
Because
I was an entourage.
Yeah, you were Chris's entourage. Like, you came to Chris's episode, and it was awesome to have you. But we didn't have questions prepared for you because that episode was going to focus on Chris.
Yep.
So my immediate thought was, let's have you back to ask you actual questions. You know.
Back like I forgot something. I'm something.
Hey!
That's it.
Yo, that bar, that's a classic bar.
Yeah, that's
Twan and I bond over that bar. You know what? I remember back when Lil Wayne was like coming out as one of the biggest beasts in the game. I remember you and I were just like, we had a friend, right? It was me and you and someone else. And this guy didn't respect Lil Wayne's bars. And you and I just were fucking scandalized.
Yeah. And we used to be in the Saturn. Remember the Saturn hitting curbs, blasting Lil Wayne?
The Saturn was my first ever car. I wish that, because Amy knows. She'll
What's your
tell you.
favorite kind of car?
Yeah. We'll see to this day. We'll see Saturn on the street, and I'll go, oh, Saturn.
Even if it's a Saturn minivan, he'll see the logo, the emblem, and be like, Saturn.
That's all you need. It's fucking
Saturn.
I mean,
and
to me,
Lil
it's
Wayne.
beautiful. To me, a Saturn is, as far as cars go, you know, you have like your lesser cars, like you have the Porsche, the Maserati, all the shit that like people don't really want, and then at the top of the list you have Saturns, and everyone wants a Saturn, you know.
I love that car.
Yeah,
So many memories.
do you remember? See, this is like the broke me, the broken down me that you didn't get to know, Amy. Because when you met me, I was fucking stunting. Okay.
This was pre-career time?
Right. You didn't get to meet me in the jade green Saturn, right? With for a time. You know how some cars have a cloth top, right?
Yeah.
It had begun. She's falling asleep on the podcast.
No, I know what you mean. I had to think about it. Where it
Oh, you
gets
had to picture it?
like a bubble.
Well, no. It wasn't a bubble, but it became one, right? Yeah.
It
She
gets
knew where it was going.
It gets like a bubble.
It
That's
shit
what it
fell
says.
down on my head. And listen, I'm not the tallest guy. I'm a clean 6 foot, you know. So
Please.
when I would be driving, even at my diminutive height, It would graze the top of my head.
No.
The roof of the car.
You'd be like, is there a bird in here?
So, exactly. So, Twon, do you remember what I did? I did two different things.
Didn't you put thumbtacks?
Well, that was part of it, yeah. So, but that's my second solution. My first solution, I ripped out the cloth.
Oh, yeah.
And I put a roof of duct tape on it. Oh, did it fucking smell?
Oh my god.
It smelled horrible.
Did it get like hot and melt?
It was hot the day I did it. It smelled how you think it smells on day one.
That's disgusting.
Horrible.
Like
So
burning rubber, right?
yeah. Oh, exactly.
Oh my god.
Tore it down.
You're an idiot for doing that.
I'm saying,
Am
if I were you,
I wrong?
or a gay man, I'd respect my husband. Okay? So watch. I put this blanket, a flannel blanket, on the car, inside the car, and I used thumbtacks to keep it on there. And did it hang the same way?
Did it have a pattern?
Oh yeah, it was a red and green. Oh, it was so Christmassy. I'm just thinking now.
Was it plaid?
I said plaid on the podcast that you're on. If I were you, I'd respect my husband.
You already said plaid?
I did,
I'm
right?
so tired.
Put some respect on it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Put some respect on your own husband.
I worked today and it was like a surprise short shift, but it was so hard for some reason. I'm tired as shit.
Yeah. So Twon used to roll in that fucking pimpalicious, okay, green Saturn, and I've been through many cars since then. One car didn't work that well to begin with. One car went on fire.
Oh yeah.
Another car, the hood
Talking
started
about the one
smoking.
that went on fire with me?
Yeah, it went on fire with us in it.
On the LIE.
Some guy was driving past and said, "You're on fire," and fucking good Samaritan.
Sure enough.
And
we were.
and you know what? We're gonna get to who Twon is and shit, but just some context here as we reminisce, okay? Do you remember, Twon, what you texted me the day after our car was on fire?
About the article in the news?
You saw it on the news!
Yeah.
Twon saw it on News 12 that our car was on fire. It's like, hey, bitch, did you get our permission to put our engulfed car on TV?
They put both our full names.
Let me tell you
Just
something.
kidding. They didn't.
If you put me or any of my property on TV, you better have an interview with me, okay? Because, bitch, I'm going viral. Okay? All right.
Viral on local
Getting ready for those
news
Newsday comments.
No, I mean, that's how it happens. These local news places find someone quirky to interview. Like, they pick out someone like Antoine Dodson. Does anyone know who that is?
Hide your wife, hide your
Do
kids.
I ever?
Yeah, exactly.
They gonna find you.
Everyone knows him. And see, he made a beautiful career out of what was a moment of trauma. I could have made News 12, right? I could have been your star, okay?
Yeah.
I could have been your Antoine Dodson.
And they didn't even know.
And what you know what we should have done? Amy, you should have had your fucking breakout singing moment, right?
Oh my God,
They're
imagine.
interviewing me, right? I'm serious. I'm giving a serious,
And I just come through.
dead-ass interview.
Somewhere
Exactly.
over the rainbow.
No, you know what you do? This car is a fire.
my
You
God.
come through like that?
Yes.
Yo.
Keep it with the theme, Anyways.
If that doesn't
who
go
is
viral,
Twon?
come on. Yeah. I'm saying something.
He's got cool shoes.
If I were you, or a gay man,
Oh my God.
or a bisexual man, I might respect my husband, okay? But no, listen. It's now my idea. I'm going to transition into introducing Twon. I'm going to transition into Twon. Watch, I'll just do like this effect where I change it.
That would be so funny.
So listen, Twon, welcome to our podcast.
It's a pleasure to be here.
It's great to have you here, man. You and I have worked together a lot in the past. This is way before my wife's time, years and years before her, years before she was even born. I had a company called Stinky Burger Productions, and I just had a flashback to that. As I was saying it, I was like, "Wow, what a silly title, right?" But I remember such fucking anger and fury in my chest when I did a short play. And we were in the booklet, and I overheard a different writer's crew saying Stinky Burger, and I was so fucking. In my head, I was like, "Bitch, you don't know, bitch,
They ain't
you don't
about
know me, you know." But watch. So Twon was working with us back at Stinky Burger, but Twon is a very interesting man because one, he used to be Greek. He is transracial. He has become a different race, right? In fact, I'm going to go on his Instagram in a bit to get what I'm talking about. But Twon also works. Can I say the company's name?
Yeah, go ahead.
Twon works for the airline JetBlue. Twon has also worked for. He's worked at a fish market for how many years?
2004.
He's worked for 2004 years there.
That's it, yeah. BC, baby.
2004
Yeah, it
to
doesn't.
2018. It's 14 years.
19.
19?
I'm saying we're 19 now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
So-
2019.
So, yeah.
But you stopped in 2018, right?
I'm
No,
still
he's
there.
still there.
Oh shit.
He's there once a week now?
Once
I
a
thought
week.
that you didn't work there anymore.
So, what a career. You've been, I mean, what would you say that your role in our production companies were? Because I know what role like you usually did.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what it was?
Well, like behind the scenes guy, pretty much. The graphic designer. For Stinky Burger, you're talking
Yes. To me, you pretty much had three roles, right? In one of the productions, you were the co-star.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twana, we produced a web series called What's Good Studios. And it starred Chris Halton, who you previously saw as in our podcast episode, I think 37 or 38, where he talked about how he believes the Earth is a different shape than it is. Okay.
Okay.
And so Twan was in that series, and you worked. Your character was named Drake.
Yep. Drake and Smiley Rick.
Drake and Smiley Rick, yeah. And
Scar.
exactly, we were very low key about how we changed his name. Yeah, let's talk about What's Good Studios.
Hell yeah.
How was it to produce that? How much of a dick was I on set? You know, what did we do? Like what did you experience as a first time actor working with a sociopath like me?
I liked how we made the first episode about a real life thing that happened with Greasy F. Gravy. Remember the story, the last day of school?
Oh yeah, actually, can you tell that story?
Yeah, so one day, the last day of school, we were driving home, and I had a bottle in my hand, and Snapple bottle, and other kids were being stupid, and there was a bunch of kids walking out, and I don't know what possessed me. I was just like with the bottle, flinging it, and I had butterfingers, and it slipped out of my hands, and it.
Whoa! Did it slip?
Well, I didn't throw
Or
it
did
on
you
purpose.
throw it? Okay.
I didn't, because what I knew I was getting myself into, I do it
You
on
didn't
purpose.
throw with any aim.
Yeah.
You just tossed it like.
Yeah, well, no, I was going like
Flinged
this,
it,
and I think,
basically.
I don't know why, see, it was so long
You
ago.
were pissed.
Yeah, and it just fell out, and I clocked somebody with it, and I remember it bounced off of somebody too, and it hit somebody's grill or something like that. I remember,
God damn,
yeah,
you
it
hit
was
two people?
Two people. Thank God it didn't
It was a
crack.
Two birds, one stone situation.
Steph
Yeah.
Curry with the shot. Oh, that's.
And it was Brookside Avenue. We're coming down Brookside Avenue by Merrick Road, and of course, that's a long light. I'm staying there, and you just hear in the back, "Ew, the bus stop, yeah!" And a bunch of kids are chasing the bus. I'm like, oh,
God.
yeah. And that was quite an experience.
Yeah, you were scared.
I was scared to death because they would have definitely came on the bus and ruffled my feathers.
Hey, open the shit up.
Yeah,
You know?
like Greasy. Yeah.
Yes, so we fictionalized that into the first episode, and in fact, I mean that series was largely we took a lot of events from Chris's life and turned that into real life.
Yep.
But you play this character named Drake, and I took a lot from your life to make Drake. And what's so funny is like the idea at first, like we didn't create a whole season arc when we first started. We were just doing it episode by episode.
Yeah, exactly.
So the first idea was just based on like a character in that story. So we made him as nerdy as possible to be like the victim in that story. You know, so the tension could be in the episode, the rapper who you hit with the bottle is in the studio and you scared are hiding in the studio trying to not be discovered.
With my face peeping out.
Exactly, in plain sight, you know.
I always laugh when I see that. I'm like, my face is peeping out in that.
But and then as it developed, though, we added like more you to the character.
Yeah.
And what is so funny is that the name Drake I came up with because it was like the nerdiest name I could think of that wasn't someone that knows like Eugene.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Drake then becomes like the coolest name that you could have now, you know?
Yeah,
As
because
he's
he
the
wasn't
biggest pop
he
star in the
wasn't
world.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the biggest rapper in the world right now, you know? And then, but it's so funny that Drake was like the nerdy name that we chose.
Yeah, he wasn't, because that was before he came up.
Absolutely. And, but then we added more of you to the character because we put him in love with this character, Vida Mujer, right?
Yeah.
And what is so funny was like, your taste in women, right? You would say, how would you describe your taste in women actually?
Spanish.
Yeah, like that's, some people have a quality, a checklist of qualities that someone needs, right? To be a partner, right? Like my checklist is funny, intelligent, is Amy, you know, but people like blonde, boobs, that kind of shit, you know. People like when they're looking for men, they like guys who look just like me, you know, like they like rugged guys with a big beard, that kind of thing. Twon, when he's looking for a girl, I made this joke today. The one quality that you're looking for is Spanish, you know, and that's not true to an extent,
That's true to an extent.
but it's hilarious because of this. Twon, you're Greek, right?
Yeah.
To me, I made the joke that you're transracial because of this. I'm going to put this picture in the podcast, but I'm just going to read a few Instagram captions of yours, okay?
Okay.
And then you tell me what you meant when you posted them. In fact, Amy, can you describe the picture and then I'll read the caption, okay?
Sure. So this is just Twon looking at the camera, and he has a nice shirt on.
Is it the one I posted recently?
Yes. Hold on. Is that all you'd say is a
No.
nice shirt?
He's pondering through the camera lens into my soul.
Okay. Okay.
And he looks like he's standing outside by some
That
greenery.
was in a Spanish country too.
Oh, I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
Definitely tropical.
That was,
That looks like the trunk of a palm tree, actually.
Yes.
It's in a country that reminds with Dominican Republic.
Very good.
Oh, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously.
So, how would you describe his facial hair?
Oh, his facial hair. He has a beard, like a scruff beard.
Yeah, I'd say that you look more related to, say, Fat Joe, someone from the Terror Squad, than you would, say, someone who owns a gyro shop. You know what I mean?
But I have to cut in.
But how
Okay.
many Greek people have you met?
How many Greek people have I met? I've met Antoine. I met Twon's father. I met Twon's grandfather.
They all look like Twon.
Actually, your father looks nothing like you.
My dad's Italian too, though.
Oh, your
So,
mom's Greek.
My mom is fully Greek.
You look much more like your mom.
Yeah.
All right, so the caption, right? It reads, and you can correct me. It reads, "Y yo no sé una mierda que engage."
You said mierda?
No, mirada. It's like
Mirada.
a look.
Mierda is shit, dude. Let me read it.
So intense.
No. If you want accuracy, have me read it. If you want realness, have me read it, okay?
Okay, fair enough.
Parisi buena pira konozoka mania. What does that mean?
It's like a look that cheats seems real, but I know skill. Like kind of just like I took it. It was from
It's lyrics, huh?
It's lyrics. Yeah, they're all lyrics.
Oh, okay.
They're all
okay.
from
makes
songs.
more
Yeah, I don't
sense.
just write them. I like the Spanish music. I take them from songs.
I thought you were like being like a
Wilson
poet.
Miguel, Ozuna. I take them from there. No.
That's why
I didn't
they're
create that.
poetic.
I
That's
post them.
because they're lyrics.
But a lot of my, even in English, like I post a lot of songs that
I
put
always
lyrics.
post song lyrics on my pictures.
Yeah, I always
because
do.
I don't know what to say for the
I just like the
captions.
Spanish music because it's like, it's passionate. Plus, like the girls, they always like, when you post something like
That's
that.
what I said in the car earlier.
Yeah.
because like people
They do.
use Instagram and social media to portray as kind of like, especially when they're single and like looking,
Mm-hmm.
you want to appeal to people that you would be attracted to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you want Spanish girl to go look at your picture and
That's
be
true.
like, oh, that's in Spanish, like that's cool.
Yeah. Hell
And
yeah.
then fucking slide up in your DMs.
And that does happen.
So there you go.
sometimes.
Yeah, I have a question about that too.
It's a tactic. It's a technique.
Yes.
Right, Twon?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said in the car. Remember, he's trying to get those Spanish girls.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And I have a question about that, but before we get to that, just one more post, okay? Amy, can you describe this post?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is my favorite one, probably.
Twon has some basketball shorts / board shorts on. I'm not quite sure. Probably board shorts though, because you're near the beach, maybe tropical area. But no, because you're like by buildings. But shorts, super cool, neon green gray shorts, white T-shirt, baseball hat.
Yeah, I know that picture in Puerto Rico.
In Puerto Rico.
Am I sitting on a ledge?
Yes,
Okay.
and there's graffiti behind you.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
this is the
yeah.
best picture.
I love that picture.
This picture is your album
Scenery.
cover.
I love that
Definitely
picture.
your album cover.
Yeah.
My friend Hunter took that for me. I love that picture.
So it
Who did you
reads.
go to Puerto Rico with?
That was the time I went with Hunter, my friend Hunter. You know Hunter, the one you
Oh,
met-
I do.
Yeah,
The tall one,
the
right?
tall one.
Mm-hmm.
The funeral you met him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hunter. I went with him that time, and then because I wasn't because the other time I went 2 weeks later with my mom, but that picture was with Hunter. He took that picture from.
Nice.
It
Right.
reads, "Y en la familia no se falla. Pira."
Oh my god. Pero, B.
I know, but pera is bitch in Spanish, right?
No, Pedro. It's like but. Is it
Oh, okay.
A or O? It should be A.
No, that's
Oh.
an O.
It's an O.
No, I know.
Oh, you're talking about pero.
I'm just trying to be me, okay?
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Pedro's dog.
Si la traicionan, no das la espalda, tú lo ayuda y perdona.
That's from Unwell. Basically, if somebody does you wrong, you don't turn your back. It's basically like you don't turn your back. You forgive and help them.
That reminds me of a quote from Tupac. I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
Mm-hmm.
Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting pussy.
That was a classic.
That's the opposite of what he's saying.
Oh, you think?
No, mine it was. Oh, okay. I'm 6.
I like Twons.
And that's from a pretty hood rapper, Unwell.
Is that like the Spanish music you listen to? Is that
That
rap
was-
or singing?
That was taken. So the first time I heard that song was, believe it or not, in the Spider-Man movie, the
Oh,
newest one.
Oh, they had a crazy soundtrack to that one.
Yeah,
Cool.
that was, and I was always a fan of Unwell, and I heard that in the song. I heard that in the movie. I'm like, yo, it's called Familia, like, and
That's
it's
cool.
basically like loyalty and stuff like that. And I heard that, and basically it's saying like, sometimes people make mistakes, just don't, you just don't like turn your back on them, just help them out and forgive them, But like, forgive. But like, that was a cool song when I first heard that. I was like, I had to keep playing that.
Yeah, we do have to see that. And now I want to hear the song too.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So now I'm gonna ask you some ethical questions here, okay? And I want you to be so fucking honest too, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I need to know. One, are you on any dating apps? Are you on any dating sites? Like, are you on Tinder, Grindr, anything like that?
Nah, I don't know. I used to use POF, but there's too many ads. It's
POF
all-
is, I mean, that's what when we speak to people who are young, that's
Mm-hmm.
what they use pretty much, right? POF.
But it's like everything's that's scam. They all want money. It's just like, and the thing with me is that it's like I'm already one of my faults is I'm on my phone too much as it is.
Yeah, so you
it's
wanna
like
get off
I know I spend so much time on those apps. Just consume more time. The times I met like the Spanish girls is in person mostly, or through friends. Like when I went to DR through my friend over there, or like just like friends of friends. But I've never met anybody really on. I've met a few like girls I started to talk to on there, but never went anywhere.
So you more meet like in your travels.
Yeah,
Wow, I mean,
or through people,
that makes you kind of like a boss player, you know?
or as Drake says, boss player, pimp daddy,
Is that you, boss player from daddy? You know?
MC Spinners.
MC, yeah, he's dropping some Whiskey Studios references. Do you ever when you meet a girl, right? do you ever tell her that you're Spanish?
No.
Do you ever let her believe that you're like Latino? Because dude, honestly,
I have.
If I say I knew it,
I never
knew
lied
it.
to her, but I said
You let her believe this shit.
No, because that's what I was gonna say before when I cut in. Believe it or not, Puerto Rico, people in Puerto Rico are whiter than you and me. I'm telling you,
It's like
Puerto,
a melting pot.
yeah.
Whiter than you for sure. I mean, to me, you're a Spanish guy.
Yo, I'm telling you, in Puerto Rico, people spoke to me and my mom in Spanish, like we were locals there. Because
And you spoke back, dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
my
Wait,
mom was
so
impressed.
you speak Spanish?
I learned it pretty good through like the fish market and
That's
stuff.
awesome.
Not really through school, but through the fish market.
Oh yeah,
and
being
like
exposed.
being exposed. And when I was there, especially in Bayamon, which is like outside of the tourist area, a lot of Puerto Ricans, like they're like, I'm telling you, they would see you and Amy at the Walmart, and they would talk to you in Spanish, like because a lot of them were like
Nails all over your feet.
yeah, Neo. A lot of them were like they're very like I guess the mestizo, they're very white, like, and then it's cool because Puerto Rico has like Afro Puerto Ricans. They have like it's so cool,
Yeah.
but I'm telling you, when I go to Puerto Rico, it's different than DR. In DR, they could tell you're white right away because Dominicans are much darker. There's a few light skinned Dominicans, like the one we were talking about earlier, Pat. Very light skinned Dominicans, where you would think we're white, but like most of them are darker. But in Puerto Rico, I'm telling you, like the melting
Wider
pot there.
range
Yeah.
of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, just from the people that I've known too, I feel like white people generally have a very narrow conception of like what a Latino person can look like.
Yeah.
You know?
You go to
It's like,
Uruguay.
just dude, like growing up in Freeport versus Rockville Center, there's people in Rockville Center and whiter towns are so unaware that just like a purely white school, when they would come to Freeport, they would be shocked at the diversity even within the Spanish community, you know?
Yeah.
But so yeah, I mean, dude, like if I met you now, I would be one of those girls pretty much that you're letting believe that you're a Latin man, you know? Like just from your posts and from your facial hair, of course.
Yeah.
Like you have no top mustache.
Off the rip.
You have a fucking convertible right now. You know?
It's true.
But you also, I mean, I'm not sure if you want to get into this, but you have a surprise, you know, because you come off like you do, but then you have that fucking big Greek gyro, you know? And I mean, I'm not sure how much we should go into this, but one time we were at the movie theater. I haven't told you this story? Oh, he smells something.
I don't
Wake up.
No, I was just looking at him because he's being so funny.
We have Neil Arquette down here.
Yeah, Neil's being pretty annoying. But I think I've heard this story before, but you have to jog my memory.
So watch. I was at the theater in the bathroom, and like a normal person, right? I was at the urinal, and I was doing my business professionally, right? I had it unzipped. I was in the area. All of a sudden, right next to me, I see a stream shoot across the room. And I'm like, where's the source?
No, because the floor was dirty.
So he had new
Shoes.
sneakers. So he's scared to look. So watch. I
didn't
look
want
to my
my
side, and I see my friend Antoine, who's right here in the podcast. Big giant cock.
What the
With a
heck?
big penis. Just peeing. And I saw
Juan doesn't know
a
this story.
giant hose there. A big helmet, right? Just peeing. And I was like, oh my God! I thought.
Oh my
I didn't want
God.
the shoelaces to get yellow. They were white.
So listen, girls.
The way you are.
Not only on Instagram is he poetic,
Bilingual.
but he has a big gyro. And now, actually, here's a good place for the debate, right? So, Neely, shut up,
He had to chime in.
Amy, you were raised Californian. You grew up hearing the word gyro.
Yeah.
Greek people in California use the fucking word gyro.
Yeah, they even say like hero.
Gyro.
You, Twon,
Gyro.
you say gyro.
I do.
You maintain that that the way that you say it is gyro, right?
Yeah.
But
It's not.
I've heard, I don't know. I mean, like, I've heard confirmation. Like, I've looked all around and I've seen commercials. Like, I heard this theory that gyro started when there were these commercials put out in California. But
Oh, Taylor says hi, Neil. Sorry.
oh, hey, yeah, Taylor Kralicki, the artist of Jenny the Werecat, is in the comments of the live stream saying hi, Neil, because we can hear Neil.
And she
over
has
here.
a cat that looks just like him at her house.
Amy's getting more and more out of camera.
Sorry.
There we go. There we go. So listen, I hate this thing. There we go. I want to show more my wife, you know? Sure. Hey, Neely, do you want to get skinned? So what were we talking about? Can you describe
Gyro.
Oh yeah.
In commercials.
So we went from Twon's penis to the. Oh yeah. Okay. So don't play with that, baby. Don't play with the wires with the flip. Can you guys have a little debate right now about gyro versus gyro?
I mean, I say gyro. It could be gyro.
Yeah.
But I was born and raised as gyro, and
Even your
instinct.
great grandparents.
they probably say gyro. Yeah.
What happened? Where's the cultural disconnect? You know.
Yeah.
The shit got left
I
at
feel the
Ellis
same
Island.
way as Twon. I don't feel like super angrily or strongly about it. I just.
Made fun of me about it though. Yeah, I'm not sure.
But Pat, what do you
because
call
I
it when you
thought
get
that
it?
it was more universal, but it seems to be split down the middle, like maybe regionally or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I want to do?
Huh.
I want to go to a New York Greek place where someone is actually Greek.
Astoria.
Astoria?
You don't get Greeker than Astoria.
I'll find two to go to. The
Hoyt
two
Avenue,
most
too.
authentic ones, right? One I'll go to, and I'll say gyro. And the other I'll go to, and I'll say gyro.
And we'll gauge
We'll
their
see.
reaction.
Exactly, because they'll have expected the gyro, because it's New York. But when they hear me say gyro,
They're gonna say you Greek too.
yeah, they're gonna start
Oh,
talking to me
come here.
in
They're
Greek.
gonna give you a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, what's gonna happen? You know, if it's free, I'll say that everywhere now.
Yeah.
My only argument in it is I feel that the word gyro sounds really Americanized.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's true.
The
It
G
does.
being like a Y sound, like gyro.
Yeah.
That sounds way more like the Greek language.
It's a
than
good point.
Gyro.
Absolutely.
I mean,
No, you're
especially
right.
when you say it with such venom, you know.
It's just an addiction, like how we were raised saying it. You know, like
Yeah.
it's just But no, I think it is gyro. But I just like I could like it's just like
Boom. That means I won that argument.
coffee and coffee.
I think
You
you
know, people say things different, like coffee,
Oh my
coffee,
gosh. Yeah.
water.
Oh, I mean, hold on. We started with what's good, and then got into your dating habits, the size of your penis, and all that stuff. But first, I want to dial back a little bit. I want to talk about how we used to rap together. Okay, so watch, and I want to get into. Antoine and I had a real beef.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't see each other for how many? Like over a year, probably, right?
The most 2, maybe a year to 2 years.
Yeah. So Twon was part of a group of kids. I was like the neighborhood Pied Piper, but I was a kid too. Okay, I was about 12, 13, 14 years old, and I was rapping onto cassette tapes, right?
Gangsta white.
Gangsta. No, but back then I was Big Honky PAT.
Yeah, big
Yes.
hockey.
Yeah. I was in a group called the Honkies.
Big hockey Pat.
And then, exactly, he remembers. And then,
Big honky Pat.
and then I became Gangsta White, and then G White.
Yeah.
And Twon was you rapped as Antoine, right?
Yeah.
And you were on a few of my songs. You know, do you remember any of your verses?
This is okay.
I know what you. This is how I feel, right?
Yeah, my name is Anthony, but they call me Antoine. I'm skinny, just like my friend John. A reference to John Wallace, remember?
Oh hell yeah.
And then it was like something, and when I see Bri, I'll poke him in the eye.
Oh yeah. I made him beef with the people I was beefing with, and at that point it was Brian Holton. You know, you were confronted by Bri about your lyrical content, weren't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
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 And what
He was
happened?
like, "Did Pat make you write that?" I was like, I was a little kid.
And he said, "Yeah, yeah, you fucking spoiled bitch."
He threw you right under the bus.
It's true.
He's
So
not trying to take your fucking fall.
he's not.
It's my cousins. I was
I
like,
deserved
it's
it.
funny.
I deserved it. But
I was young too. I was like, I was put in a hot seat. I was a little ass kid. I was like,
it's true. Yeah, how old? You were 3 years younger than me, right?
So if you were 12, I was 9.
Okay, and then
9-year-old rapper.
Oh.
I think at this
9-year-old Twon.
Yeah, right. This progressed until like my sophomore year, I think. So I must have been 14 or 15. Say I was 15, right?
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
were 12. Was when we had our big falling out, right?
Yeah.
When you
Wait, you too?
yeah,
Oh wow.
he accused me of something, and I well, I want to hear how you remember it, and then I'll get to how I did it. Okay? Because well, first I'll start you off. Okay? We're at your place, and I wanted to go on the computer to check something. Because we're talking about stuff. It was me, you, Dwayne, and a previous friend who we don't talk to. Really.
He was there too that previous
Yes.
He was,
yes.
yeah.
We were talking, and I wanted to go on your computer very briefly, and I'm starting to get fucking pissed thinking about it. Okay? Then we went back to the other guy's house, right?
Yeah.
We're in his backyard, and somehow it came out that the reason you didn't want me to go on your computer was that you thought I would look at porn. Okay? And here's the honest truth. At that point, I didn't watch porn. Did I search a celebrity's name with the word sexy after it? Sure. Okay? Did I search Christina Aguilera, because it was at that time hot? Boom. Sure I did. I did. But as a 15-year-old, porn, I was, if you believe this, I was too God-fearing for porn at that point.
Because you were going to church and shit?
Yeah. So when I found this out from Twon, scandalized.
Scarred.
It was. I was furious.
Are you serious?
I was. So watch. Now, I mean, after this podcast, I'm searching Pornhub, seeing what's new, you know?
Oh, that's a fucking daily thing now.
Right, for you especially, you know?
No,
But
I'm speaking for you.
I don't do that.
Okay?
I'm going to make you do now what I made Twon do. I made him do something. I bullied him. Do you remember this part?
Yeah, I remember that.
So,
yeah.
I'll start us off, right? And then you can get to what happened next. So, I spit on the ground. And I said, stand on it. So
You did that?
I did. He went over to the spit.
I'm perturbed.
He stood on it. And then I began to berate him, okay? Like, how dare you? I would never, you know, was I fucking pissed, you know, letting him have it. And then you can pick it up from here.
I'm
You
sure.
remember what happened?
Somebody's parents came out and started yelling at you, right?
Oh, you.
Why are you friends with him?
You miss.
Again, Twon, after that instance.
Wait. You miss the scariest part, though.
I did?
I told you, because I forgot what I was going to do. I told you to go inside and get a pair of scissors.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot. But
Yeah.
what for?
I was probably going to, like, cut your shoelaces or something. You know?
I remember, yeah. See, I
You're probably
forgot
gonna murder
that.
him.
I wasn't going to murder him.
How are you here today, Twon?
I didn't get murdered.
With a friend like Pat, you know?
Excuse me. Hold on. Would you say overall that I've been a good friend?
Absolutely.
Obviously.
Best of friends, you know?
At best of
You
boys.
guys love each other, but I
Yeah.
cannot believe that story.
Twon was co-best man at my wedding.
Yeah.
You know what I should have done? Right before we got married,
Spit the ground.
stand on it.
Right in line with the groomsmen.
During the
Exactly.
Spot.
I should have done it to my three groomsmen.
Right in the
All
line.
three of you fucking stand on it, okay?
But you've had beef with a lot of your best of boys, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, here's a good thing.
Sicko.
In a second, we'll talk about my beefs, right? And you tell me your take. Was I in the right or were they in the right, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so, but here, first of all, I asked you to go inside to get the scissors. And you came out with our friend's mom.
Or did she
Because you
over
were
here?
crying.
Oh, or did
You
she?
went inside and you were crying a little bit.
She probably heard you. and asked what was wrong.
Yeah. And she came out and said, I still don't know to this day what you said.
Yeah.
But she said, Patrick, I never want to see you around here again. It was screaming at me. And I was like,
Is
all
that
right.
why you don't talk to that kid anymore?
No.
No.
Yeah, at that point, yes.
Oh, at that point,
Yeah, that started-
That was a later time.
Yeah. But all right, so, and what was funny was like, that started a beef between me
Mm-hmm.
and then you, that kid, and his best friend, who was one of my good friends.
Yeah.
And they were all in a rap group called Pixta, okay? And I made so many diss tracks against you guys, rapped so hard against you guys.
Yeah.
And I think that you guys like made one track against me that I never heard, you know?
Yeah, like I think one or two, maybe one.
Yeah.
We used to record on the sound recorders.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
crazy, sound recorders.
Yep.
Wow.
That's fucking Flintstones shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the MIDI cable into the computer.
So while we were beefing, right?
Mhm.
What did you think of me, who lived 2 houses away from you? Like, were you scared to see me?
I think young, you know, how you're young and ignorant. You just like, you just keep a grudge. But me,
Yeah.
I never held the. See, one thing about me is I can't hold grudges.
Yeah.
So I kind of always thought about the good times we had, and then it kind of just the stove went from a high to like number one. You know, like high simmered, you know, high cooked just a little simmer, and then when we saw you, it was like it cooled off right away. So
yeah, because like me and
Years
you,
later.
like I've done like things to you that some friends might not be friends anymore. Like, I remember there was one night where Kev Halton and I were kind of hazing you during the youth group, and she didn't get it. You know, like we're just like dudes fucking around.
yeah,
And
she got so mad.
like you and I, like it's like you pick a day to fuck around with someone. Like there was one day where like Chris was leading the youth group, and you and I would not let up. Did you remember that day?
Yeah.
Everything he said we were laughing at, dying at,
The chapel?
Yo,
Remember the chapel?
right in the
I've never
chapel.
laughed harder in my life. To this day,
Yes.
I've never laughed harder in my life. I swear.
Yeah.
That was the biggest outburst of laughter I ever had. You remember that, right?
Yeah. Of course, I'll remember that to the fucking day I die.
That I've never laughed harder than that in my life. And it's just so funny the reason why we were laughing.
Like here, when I'm in my dying bed, right? If I'm going before Amy, right? Amy's at my side, she's holding my hand, and I'm having three final thoughts, right? My third to last thought is, I'm so scared to die, but I love my wife so much. I'm so glad she's here for me. My second to last thought is, that was so fucking funny in the chapel when we couldn't stop laughing because Chris brought a girl and we just kept making fun of him, and he was being such a bitch and his voice was so high, and Father Nestor kept sneezing. It was so
Coughing.
coughing, and we ran out and we closed the door, started dying laughing, so fucking disrespectful.
Everybody heard it.
Hilarious. Everyone heard it. And then my last thought will be, I love my wife so much. I'm so glad that she's here. Again, you know.
And Chris came out, he called us a bunch of banshees. He's like, guys are like a bunch of banshees. And me and you just started laughing even harder.
Yeah.
And I couldn't breathe. That's
Yeah.
how hard I was laughing.
And like there were times, and I'm just saying all this so I don't sound like a sociopath. Wes is coughing. It's okay,
Wes.
There were times where like when we thought that Chris lost his virginity, we bought a bunch of condoms together. We went up to the counter, and I remember I tried to grab your hand, you know, as you by the way the condoms. And then we got them all ready. We're gonna like slingshot them at Chris as he got out the car, just like yell, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
And then we always fucked around with friends, you know, just like always. But Kevin and I one time put you in a garbage can, you know. We picked you up and we put you into a trash can, and Debbie Hurley couldn't fucking take it, you know. She we were like hazing you, you know. But it's just like no, it was just you were getting the day, you know.
Yeah.
But so when we became friends again, that's when we began to work together on many other things. You know, Amy's falling asleep on the podcast. Your eyes were closed for like a solid minute.
They're not closed. I'm looking down.
Okay. My previous beefs, right? My beef with Chris when he voted for Donald Trump, and I felt betrayed. I felt that he was also not taking the harassment sent our way over some of our posts seriously. And we hadn't talked until pretty recently, right?
My birthday party.
Yeah. You're the fucking bridge
Gap.
bringer together.
Bring her
you know?
together.
And me and Amy are the bridge burners. So,
Yes.
who do you think was right or wrong, or is it neutral in the beef between me and Chris?
I think it was neutral. I mean, it's hard to like because I wasn't involved with it. You know, like, I mean, I could think maybe you did get a little like too angry.
Okay.
But then again, like it's
Get
just
pissed?
yeah, it's like it's hard because like I know like I'm sure things were said that got you very angry.
Yeah.
And
Watch what you say next.
Nah, man.
I'm just kidding.
No, I'd say like
Stand on it.
I think I have a pretty neutral view on that one. You know, like both sides could have done things better.
I
but,
feel you. How about when I punched Bry, right?
But I wasn't there for that.
No, but you know the context, right? Bry
Yeah.
is Chris's brother. Bry is the co-host of the What's Good,
Webs? No.
the,
What's going on?
The What's Going On podcast. Bry once told me that he thought that I was being a dick because I didn't want him to put out music that I made without my consent. And I was fed up with the disrespect. I punched him right in the fucking face.
See, that was different because you did warn him.
I did.
Yeah. See, that was different. And you
I
did
said
warn
to him
him.
verbatim,
Yeah.
Bry, because he said to me, I was doing an audio commentary feature on What's Good Studios, and he said to me, Pat, when you say that sometimes when you're working on the web series with the guys and you order pizza and drink a few beers, you sound kind of like a loser. He said that to me.
Yeah.
And I, which is
That was in the car.
That's such a weird thing. No, that was in the studio.
Remember the time in the living room too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That first part was the studio.
Okay, I wasn't there for that, right?
No. And then there is when I said, Bri, the next time you disrespect me, I'm going to punch you in the face. And he's like, all right. Then, then he said something to me. I'm not going to get into what he said here because I don't want to get him in trouble here.
Yeah.
But he said something disrespectful again. And I punched him. You know, I didn't get him in the face, but I got him twice in the back and like back of the neck. And then, true to my word, is what I used to say about me when I die. You know, true to his word. He disrespected me again. I punched him in the face. I don't want to lie to the man, you know?
Yeah.
So, what is your take on that beef?
Well, that one you did give fair warning, so I can understand why you would be pissed.
So you think I'm the winner, right?
Well, I mean, he told you to hit him again.
Oh yeah, he did.
What a psycho.
Well, I punched him in the face, and he like was coming at me saying, hit me again! And Chris like grabbed him behind the back and was like pulling him back. Hit me again!
Chris grabbed his earrings for him.
Right. So, what you're? How about in our beef? Who was in the right? Who was in the wrong?
You were
Tell the
definitely
truth.
in the wrong.
Tell the truth. Give your opinion.
I think I could have. I think I was. We were both in the wrong. Maybe.
Really? Because I think it was me, probably.
It was definitely you. Are you kidding?
I think it was me.
I think so.
What I think was who was in the wrong was I think that our friends were in the wrong for siding with you because it was such an easy thing to solve, and the fact that more people got involved made it harder to solve.
Yeah, that's true.
But looking back, you know what I would say to little me? I would say, stand on it. Let's say, what the fuck's so bad about him thinking that you want to see some porn? What's so bad about him thinking that you want to see some sex? What's so bad? Why are you so fucking pissed?
Those are the Kaza days, remember?
Oh yeah, you thought I was gonna download it?
No, I'm just saying those were the. I'm just saying those were the days.
Yo,
I'm just reminiscing. Those were the Kaza days when we used to download music on
How
Kaza.
bold would that be for me to go on your
LimeWire,
computer
baby.
and
LimeWire.
download some porn though? You know,
Cause that's crazy.
that would be. So listen, let's get a bit more into what you do now. Okay? You've been at the fish market for 26 years.
50 years.
50 years.
It's my business.
And now you work at Jetblue.
Yep.
So, what do you do for JetBlue? And why, when Amy and I recently went on our flight, why did some old piece of shit put her bag in a contraption that was fucking way smaller than the overhead compartment? Okay? Why? One, why did that happen? And two, why did she make the bag go to the bag...
To check the luggage? To the carousel.
The bag carousel, rather than at the fucking gate. Why? I'm pissed. Why?
You want me to answer that first and then go into what I do? Because you kind of were on that. What do you think?
What do you think?
What do you think? Because you seem pretty fired up about that.
I know the answer because there's no...
I know the answer why she did it, but didn't explain the bad behavior, but she probably...
Doesn't explain... No, I had bad behavior.
Oh, I mean, you were worse than her, but she was bad, though. Like, she had an attitude, you know?
Yeah.
Because I could tell, because I worked before, because I worked 2 jobs at JetBlue, 2 different positions, and I know where she was coming when she probably didn't want the flight to take a delay because she didn't want the overhead compartment to be clogged if it was big, and they check it down there because it's easier and it gets on the plane faster, so it wouldn't take a delay. But it doesn't explain the bad attitude. That's from the worker. But I know where she's coming from, like, because we do like, you were probably in compliance. But there are some bags that you're like, how the heck do these people get this through TSA as a check on, especially international flights, because remember, they're free. So free, people want to. Like, people want to check in the kitchen sink. They think the kitchen sink's going to fit in there.
Yo.
I'm not saying yours, but people do that.
Yeah.
Totally.
Did you just do free like Soulja Boy did Drake? Drake!
Yeah.
So, yeah.
First, let me just interject here, okay? Mm-hmm. If I were watching this podcast as someone who doesn't know you, you know what I would think? Mm-hmm. I would think that you are the nicest and most balanced person that I've ever heard. Every situation that I've given you, I've been testing you, okay? What you've done is you've seen each situation from both people's sides, and you've empathized with both people in the situations.
Yeah.
How amazing is that?
Isn't it?
If only everyone was like you, Twon.
You're not like him that way?
I didn't say that.
But see, I know that situation happens a lot.
That's fair.
That you were in. And I know she was probably having the lady was probably having a bad day. She, but I'm sure you were in compliance, but I know, like, people are checking in stuff that it's like, how are you going to fit this in the overhead compartment? They want that one free check bag. And then they're getting white tagged because it has to go down because it can't fit in there. And the plane can't take off with the compartment open and all the bags flying out.
That's true. That's true.
So it is safety, but...
Starting to get pissed that you're at least half on your side, okay?
No, I'm not.
No. So, before we get into what you do for JetBlue, okay? Mm-hmm. I will say, JetBlue is our airline of choice.
Of course.
We fuck with JetBlue the long way, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we only fly JetBlue.
We do. So just before we get into what you do for them, would you say that Amy is your favorite person that I've been with?
Absolutely. 100%.
Oh, thanks.
110%.
What a question.
Nice. I'm glad to hear that.
Of course.
You two have bonded. I'm actually a bit uncomfortable at how close you two are.
Fuck off.
But
actually, tell the people. I will actually. How Twon is so good and loyal that he does things that are unnecessary. Like,
oh, I know what you're gonna say.
The entire 5 years that I've known him, Twon will not like a picture of me that's like a selfie, even if it's of my face or a professional picture, like, because I do freelance modeling. He will only like pictures of me and Pat, me and the cats, anything family oriented and like, that's not even necessary, but he does that. Like, that's Twon.
I mean, this probably isn't true, this next bit, but what if he just thinks that you're repulsive,
That could be it too. But I've
wait, so you think she's hot?
Being respectful of you. It was so funny.
No, that is funny. And I mean, no, yeah.
No, he's a great guy.
Yeah, Twon's the best. And I mean, you two even had a romantic ride on Twon's canoe.
I
kayak
alone.
It's a one person.
You did?
It's a one.
Yeah, it's a one person.
Oh,
He
Two
was
piece,
borrowing
it would
his
tank
fucking
over.
Kayak.
to me, that's even more
He was
romantic.
on the shore with you.
That's
bro.
more romantic.
You were there. Remember that was the day that.
You both were watching me
Oh,
kayak.
yeah, I forget.
What's wrong with you?
In my head, it's cuter that you two together, you know?
You're weird.
Like, what was happening was, like, Twon's like the captain. He goes, row! And you're like this, you know?
Yeah.
Drink.
But, no, yeah, that's true about Twon. And, I mean, honestly, when you visited us, and this is actually
Cali.
true, both you and Steve, when you visited us and Amy visited here back when we didn't live here, you two hung out together alone for a while, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Like, that's so cool to me, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't see that happening with any of the other people that I've been with, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And, I mean, like, me, when I rank who I've been with, Amy is a clear winner, you know? She's the best one, you know? I mean, it's not hard competition, you know, but she does manage to get that spot in there, you know? I'm totally kidding. Amy really is the best aspect of my life, you know? So the fact that you recognize that and that you see Amy as awesome as I see her is, I think, shows that I've been quite good at picking friends.
Oh, hell yeah.
And that the best ones have stuck along the ride, no matter how many times I've asked them to stay on my spit, you know?
Yeah.
Now, to transition into this, how do you do, what do you do for Jetblue?
Well, I started out after I graduated college with my aviation degree. I started on the ramp, and I was loading bags, which it was rough labor work. It was like very challenging labor wise.
Loading bags, like where
In the bag.
were you one of the guys who would you say be the guy who takes our bags that don't fit?
No, that's airport operations. They don't really touch those.
Because Amy has a problem with one of those
Fuck
guys.
that guy.
We're below the wing. We don't deal with customers. Well,
Okay.
I didn't deal with customers.
That's cool.
Only just to get the small bags, but we don't have to. Our job, we don't even have to talk to them. We have 0% like customer. I mean, we're no. I shouldn't say that because we are supposed to be nice to all the customers, but like we don't. Our job doesn't really deal with customers. So like we were doing like the loading the cargo bins with bags, and that job had its ups and downs. Obviously the down was it was heavy work, but one of the ups was like the flexibility was really good to travel. Like, you know, I could travel, like, all you had to do was make a deal with somebody or put your shift up on the board, and it was great to travel.
And they send you places, right?
For training, yeah.
Well, I mean, I've what I thought about was this, and this seems like an obvious question to you probably, but fucking when Amy and I were on the way home from California, I had such an epiphany that I'm sure it's so stupid because everyone knows this. But my thought was, wow, this flight is 5 hours long, right? A flight back is 5 hours long. Flights don't always happen right after one another, you know? Shifts generally, shifts are like 8 hours long. So what the fuck happens to that California staff?
No, they have other flights coming in. They have tons of flights coming in.
So they go right back home?
What were you talking about? The people...
Say we
load
fly
the
from
bags?
California to New York, right? There's a California staff on that plane.
Yeah, you're talking about flight attendants.
Yes.
Okay.
When they get back, right? That's been 5 hours.
Yeah.
Do they stay there or do they go home?
No, they go to a hotel. They can't.
Do they pay or no?
No, because it's work. They can't FAA. They can't fly. You can only fly a certain amount of hours because it's fatigue. It's safety.
I mean,
Like
that
a
makes
pilot,
sense.
you don't want a pilot flying your plane 10 hours straight. He's gonna,
Sure
start.
don't.
Not,
Yeah, that makes me feel better. I mean, like, I'm not sure. Did you know that?
That's why people love
I
being
didn't
flight
know
attendants.
that, but it makes total sense.
It does. I mean, like, that's an interesting thing to hear because, like, I mean, honestly, mostly I brought you here to just fucking joke around and talk about the past, but that's an actual interesting thing about your job that you know this stuff, like, you know, behind the veil. Like, to be honest, when I get on a plane, I don't really think about, is this staff, like, do they live here, you know, or are they going home, or are they leaving, like, what?
They're mostly based out of JFK,
Yeah.
but there are the San Diego ones are based out of JFK because we don't fly to San Diego from a lot of places, but they're based at different cities, like maybe 5 or 6, but they have some interesting lives.
Yeah.
They're like, they work, crash in a hotel, they have crash pads, some of them. But
That's crazy.
Yeah, but they have to deal with a lot of, they deal with customers.
Oh, yeah, face to face, yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like they deal with people like my wife Amy at their most stressed, you know? No offense.
I don't want to deal with me.
I won't deal with you.
As a flight attendant, though.
Oh no, I would hate you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
But if I met you like at the beginning of the flight and didn't see the rest of the flight, I'd probably be in love with you. You know, because you're still you.
I don't know.
Like at the beginning of the flight, you're mostly still you. The demon takes over like hour and 10 in. Do you think it's fair?
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes I'll notice like she'll like sometimes like her eyes will glaze over, or sometimes she'll just stand up a little bit in the seat. That doesn't explain why. Just stands up.
Flying is stressful though. It does get stressful.
It's like the classic scene in a horror movie where someone's possessed but you don't know yet, right? And the husband wakes up, he's like, "Where's my wife?" And she's just in the hallway, staring at the wall. You know, you're like,
Yo, that,
I'm
oh
like,
my
Amy?
God, that reminds me of me at the hospital last year.
"What happened?"
When you weren't there, and I had to spend the night, and I was attached to this, like, fucking rolly, like...
Oh, the IV?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had the rolly stand, and I was getting so angry and angsty that I was, like, basically sprinting in a circle down the halls, dragging my IV rack with me, and everyone that saw me was just like, what is wrong with her?
I wanted to stay so bad. When they told me I couldn't stay with her, I cried a little bit.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I wanted to be there with you. So, Twon, do you enjoy your job at JetBlue?
Now what I do is I work. I'll answer that question in a second, but I'm just saying.
You still break it down with you? Yeah.
Yeah, because that was what I did.
Oh, because you changed that. Yeah, that's right.
I switched up on
That's right.
game.
Yeah.
That's right.
So now I'm an aircraft records auditor. It's my first salary job. So salary has ups and downs. Salaried, you get, it's salaried. So my hours are more flexible, but it is the thing with this is that you have to. It's a lot more freedom. You work at your own pace, but you got to stay on top of your work because it's different. Your work, like if I'm not there, nobody else can really do your work because everybody has their own set of planes to manage. And I basically audit all the paperwork that the mechanics do, make sure that everything's safely in the computer and filed signatures. It's like it's a lot of it's my first actual desk job. I've never had a desk job. I've always did heavy labor.
Right.
So it's funny because it's not like I don't come home tired for physically tired, but you do come home mentally tired. Just that computer screen can that's why I have to switch it up a little bit. And I do file too, so it's like it's basically it's kind of like it's like an office
Is it
job.
like a cubicle?
Yeah, I have my own desk. I'm share. It's a room with a bunch of us, our team, and we all work together. But
Does it look like The Office?
I was just wondering that actually. Yeah.
no, not like the actual the series. No, but we do
I'm trying to picture like the layout.
It's just a bunch of cubicles.
Yeah, I picture like
Nothing
the office
fancy.
space that movie where it's like tighter together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we do have nice sized desks, and
Oh, you do? Nice.
yeah,
That's good.
no,
Is it your
and the computers are
personal
good.
desk?
Yeah,
Do
my
you
own
have
personal
pictures and
desk.
stuff on there?
I do. I have a few. I have
You
yours.
picture me?
I'm gonna make
I
you a
only you
monster
pay.
for your desk.
Oh, you should
Oh, that's
I'm
nice.
gonna make you a JetBlue monster.
do it. Oh, that'd be
I'm
great.
so excited.
May 24th is my birthday.
Oh, don't I know it?
Hey,
That's birthday.
Antoine and I had the same birthday.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's dope.
No.
Do you wear a uniform to work, or just
No,
you
now
have,
it's-
like a
see-
dress code?
No, it's kind of they lax the dress code, but I still wear business casual. But some days I wear my nice H&M long sleeve shirt because I every day wearing button down shirt and slacks. Sometimes it's like I like to switch it because that's the only thing is I wish I had the old uniform. The old uniform was so comfy. Our
nice.
our blue shirt,
Yeah.
our the pants and the hoodie. But it was so now it's more like it's business casual, but they're not strict. They because they lax the dress code, but it's obviously I'm not working in pajamas, but you know.
Totally.
Um.
Yeah, it sounds like you like to at least look nice.
Yeah. Like I like wearing. My favorite things to wear to work are like my nice sweaters or something, because if I tuck in shirts sometimes, you get wet, like not wedgies, but you know how sometimes you move around and they come out.
Oh yeah, it's
We used to have to tuck in our shirts at Starbucks like a couple years back.
Yeah.
And we haven't had to do it in a long time, but I remember that. It's annoying.
And I mean, same as working at McDonald's, we had to tuck the shirt in.
They tried to enforce that at the ramp when it was 100 degrees or that.
Nah,
it was like, no. And they didn't. They never bothered us.
You'd be still sweating and shit, you know?
Yeah, especially, when it's tucked in 100 degrees.
Horrible, yeah.
Yeah, so they never, thank God they never bothered us about that, because that would be horrible.
Yeah.
Like,
do you go out with your coworkers like after work, or have you made friends at your new job?
oh, well, I a ton of my ground ops buddies,
Did some of them move like to that job with you at
No,
the same time, or?
not that job, but I'm happy. A lot of my ground ops people moved up. Like, it's great.
Cool.
Every day on Instagram, I'm seeing my new, people that I was on the ground slaving with, doing moving into operations or aircraft reposition. It's so cool just to
That's
see
really
them,
neat.
because JetBlue gives you a lot of opportunities to move up. They do. They have a lot of room for growth. You could just move up. But some people, it's cool. I respect the older guys too. A lot of people, they keep their seniority on the ground. They get good seniority. You can still make good money, and they travel a lot. I know
That's
people.
Just what they like to do. That's
Yeah.
just their job.
People go back. I know people who commute to work from Florida and stuff. It's crazy. But that's why because a lot of people have second jobs. So they use that just to travel, side income. But it's a good company.
Are there health benefits?
Yeah, they give us all
I'm sure
that.
maybe that's too why people work there for insurance purposes and stuff, because also at Starbucks almost every single person has a second job.
Yeah.
For for the money. But then as far as benefits go,
and the school,
they're really
Starbucks
good with
pays for
that.
school.
Yeah,
right?
you can go to college through Starbucks as well. So a lot of people do that, but even mostly it's moms of families and whatnot that go in for that amount of hours to get insurance for their family.
Nice,
and
that's
it.
smart. That's great.
Yeah.
Now, you like this job though, right?
Yeah, it is. It's just stress. Office work is very not stressful, but it's basically some days are a lot more work gets done on the planes than other days, and you have to it's a lot of self-discipline, because we don't really have somebody on our backs you got to do this now. Everybody works at their own pace. Me personally, I see other people, but they've been there longer. We both have a pile of work like this.
Right.
What would take me 6 hours would take them 3.5, and it's just frustrates me.
They're so used to it.
Yeah, I don't. It's and it frustrates me personally, because I'm but then they tell me, don't worry, we've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
But it's how the heck did they do this so quick?
Right.
And that's how I sometimes, you don't fall behind, but it's just every day you get a new workload, and you have to, the key to that is you have to stay organized. Everything has to be in order. So if I already start something, I'm not going to do a plane that's before that plane. I have to just put it to the side and do it the next day. So it's a lot of
Otherwise, you'll lose things that aren't finished a lot.
yeah, it's like accounting. Everything has to match up. One thing's off, everything's off. That's all. It's just like accounting. You have to and you notice when you go to close things out, or when you go to file things or index, you'll just know if one little thing's off. It's literally, they won't connect.
Yeah.
One little thing.
I mean, to me, I'm so proud of you doing this, because you, I've known you for so long, I remember when you were just a fish cutting, dig throwing little guy,
Roger Davis.
Exactly, yeah. And, I mean, there were times where, you and I would go into our friend Chris's studio and just tag the whole shit up with dicks. Just, waiting, because we knew he would have a session with a rapper. And we just wanted it to be the most embarrassing thing for him ever when he first arrives and turns on the computer. The screen's full of dicks, opens up his various computers, programs dicks, looks at the calendar. Oh, there's a dick drawn over the rapper's name. How disrespectful, And then you have this professional job now, and that's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
it's good.
Now, I have to ask you, though. Mm-hmm. If Amy and I got famous, right, and we created our own TV show, we were living out in LA producing TV. Mm-hmm. We asked you to come down and be a producer on the show. Would you leave JetBlue for us?
In Cali?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Salary job.
To go be
Yeah.
a producer.
Yeah. Cali is pretty lit.
Hell yeah. We got you. We got one day, Twon. One day we're going to get you, and we're going to, together, we're going to say, fuck Jet. I'm just kidding. No. Honestly, I'm telling you this. Mm-hmm. And this is true. You know me. I speak the truth. I tell Brian I'm going to punch him if he disrespects me again. Punch him, okay? Mm-hmm. The truth is this. If you worked for American Airlines and you came on our podcast, this wouldn't be a conversation like it is now.
No.
It would be a fucking roast.
Yeah.
Okay? I'd ask you, I would do research first, and I would print out a bunch of incidents that American Airlines did.
Yeah.
And I would be like, Twon, explain this. Each one, okay?
Yeah.
But since you work for JetBlue, which is honestly, and
one of the best companies. Obviously,
we're not sponsored. If we were sponsored, there wouldn't be broken blinds on the wide shot. If we so, JetBlue is not our sponsor. We fuck with JetBlue. Okay? Best airline. Only competitor, Virgin, because they have the cool pink lights, okay? JetBlue is the best airline. It's the most comfortable. They don't kick my wife off when she is wildin', okay?
Free snacks.
Yeah.
Very spacious.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They always have the TVs.
Yeah. That's how they were famous. When they first started, no other airline had TVs in their seats.
Those are my lifesaver. Yeah. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't take a fucking plane.
That's how they got, they were low cost with TVs in the seat.
Beautiful.
American Airlines never had TVs in their seats.
Yeah, we fucked with the TV. Last time, we watched a bunch of true crime.
God, I watched so many true crime documentaries.
In 2000, when they started, they had TVs. That wasn't even a thought back then. In the year 2000, technology, on domestic airlines, TVs, you'd say, oh yeah, maybe on a flight to China or something, there'll be a TV.
Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, not in individual seats.
Fuck yeah, JetBlue. What?
Yeah,
13 going on 30? Fuck yeah.
Wasn't there a time?
Why him? Hell yeah. Sorry.
Huh?
I said sorry for interrupting you.
Oh, that's okay. You were on one. I was just trying to remember if there was a time when there was one TV per every 4 or 5 seats, maybe.
Oh,
or
American had that.
Okay, that's why I remember
Fuck
that.
you, American Airlines.
Yeah, probably going with my family when I was younger.
Yeah.
So yeah. Behind every seat, that's dope. You can choose your channel and everything. You have your own volume control.
Yeah, and they have Wi-Fi now. Come think about Wi-Fi on a plane.
Fly-Fi,
it's crazy.
Yes.
It's crazy. Imagine the old lady who was sitting next to us, right? Had to watch your true crime. She would be scared. Okay.
Oh my word.
She's already scared when she glances over.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You did a very good job on that flight. I'm proud of you. So let's finish up here. I want each of us to say our favorite memory with Twon. And Twon, if you have any favorite memories with me or Amy, you can go ahead too.
Both.
So just put my wife on the spot. Let's see. My favorite memory with Twon. I'm thinking of a few. My first one is honestly recording episode 4 of What's Good Studios, the raccoon episode.
Yeah, that was fun.
You were hilarious. Just filming you, I felt proud that I was able to capture the fun of our friendship with you and Chris. And just that whole summer, having access to the studio and just fucking around, it was so fun. But on a more serious note too, your speech at our wedding was moving to me, and it reminded me how much I love you, and it was just it was great to have you there.
Thank you.
Mine's from the wedding weekend too. No, I have quite a few good memories of Antoine because he's always been such a great friend to me ever since we ever met through Pat. But even from the very jump when we were in LA together without Pat for a random reason, like when I first met Pat as a friend, we were at a pizza place talking about how cool Pat was and stuff. But so I just thought that it was really great to drive up. When we went up to New Hope from here to Pennsylvania in the car together, it was, I think Steve was there too.
Yep.
And we all went up to the venue, and it was a really fun drive.
It was so fun.
And then when we got there, the boys, you guys went out to go like get treats and snacks and stuff, and I recorded like a 50 Cent cover on my looping thing.
Hell yeah.
And then you guys came back and I played it for you guys, and you guys were all like, oh, cool, and then we were just hanging out right before the wedding, and that was really fun.
Fuck yeah,
That was a hot summer night. I love those hot summer nights.
Hell yeah. Yeah, what we were looking for was we were looking for air spray so you could smoke in there.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Because I forgot one thing from the office.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. So, I'm gonna do one of you guys separate than together.
Okay.
Oh.
I like it.
Let's see.
It reminds me of the Hometown Brothers.
Amy, it would probably see. It's gonna be two. Definitely the time when we met up at California Pizza Kitchen, and that was the prequel to right before you guys were together, and she was
right before, yeah.
And I kind of sensed in California that you guys were like going to be more than friends. And then when she told me, when it was just being you there and you were like, I love Pat. I was just like, that was awesome. And let's see what else. Oh, the California, just like, just bonding, the kayaks, all the.
Oh my God, yeah, that
kayak
was so fun.
Awesome.
We talked about that. We were talking about that right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know it was before we started recording. I'm so
No,
tired.
it was right here.
Okay, yep, the kayak.
No, I mean, that's hard to do because when we have friends over, we talk first, so it's hard to say
But yeah, like speaking of the kayak, Twon's always just been so giving, to us and to me. Every time we come over and stuff, like his place is our place, and even when we go stop by his mom's, there's been a few times where we just text him or hit him up, and he walks right down the street and comes
even for
his
10
mom
minutes,
a big hug and everything, and it's just been so nice.
And hold on, before you continue your memories, because now you've gotten one Amy and one shared. But I want to say, the time when you visited California, right before Amy and I started dating, I remember I wanted to look like a baller to both you and Amy. So we were going to the strip club, and I got so many singles and so many fives, so I could make it rain on someone, And I remember when I threw it, I wanted to make it all rain down, but instead it went as a few bills, and went like one big clump, and I was really disappointed.
You're like, wow.
Yeah. It was like sleep,
So let's see, Pat. I have to say, I can't just say more than one because youth group in general. So many fun times we had there.
Yeah, I mean, from there, just the moment that we already talked about when we were laughing so much,
Yeah, see, that's why it's like hard to say favorite. It's the other. I'd have to say your wedding night. There was filming like Blood Pong.
For sure, yeah.
But I used to love the hot summer drives when we'd be in the Saturn. Like we would just be driving around.
Fuck yeah.
And just hitting curbs and driving reckless.
That sounds like me.
Both of us.
Yeah.
But I just so many. I just remember the trying to hold back laughs. Okay, one of my favorite memories with you is trying to hold back laughter.
Yes.
Like in the Sticky Burger meeting when somebody did something.
Oh my God, yeah, that's like a recurring thing. We're we keep trying these professional endeavors, and then it's us.
Like in youth group when Father Nestor started coughing and we were in the middle of prayer. And I was looking at you and you were looking at me, kind of like see who's gonna crack first. And Pat, there was a few times where I cracked first, but there was one time where Pat, he thought he was slick. He tried to put his hands in his mouth to stop the laughing, and you just hear he go.
Oh my God.
Hell yeah.
And I remember Chris. just looked over. Father Nestor had no idea.
Yeah.
And then I remember, like a few times in youth group, like we used to go in and there was just somebody in youth group we weren't fond of, and that individual walked through the door and she couldn't see on the other side, and you were like,
"Oh, I closed the door."
Yo, that was awesome.
For sure. You remember in the locker room when we were at the rec center with Chris and we took his clothes?
Yes. Yeah. Or in the gym. When we were on you have to remember this. Remember the day?
Hold on. With Chris, we left him a plastic bag.
Plastic bag,
he went like with a palm, like cupping his fucking hairy balls and dick, you know?
Remember when we snuck into the back room somehow? Yeah. No. So we went back there, and then the cleaner was in the gym, and we came down from the back room.
Yes.
And he didn't see us because he didn't see us when we were there and went into the back. Remember that little cutout? And he was just doing his job, and he didn't even have headphones on, so it wasn't like we snuck in with music. Huh. And verbatim, we came out of nowhere. He looked at us and verbatim said, "Where the fuck y'all come from?" Yeah.
It was so funny. Because like we kind of knew that something was wrong. Yeah. It's like no one was there.
Yeah.
And we're like, this is dope. Like.
Yeah.
And I remember. That little error was fun when me and Chris would go to the rec.
Yeah. The chocolate, remember that?
Yo, exactly. The way that Chris would go on the machine too. No, when he'd be walking, he would do a little jump. Like,
you remember the short guy too, right?
Oh yeah. Oh for sure. Yeah.
The guy
very short guy.
He used to grill us because he knew we were laughing the way he would walk.
It was so hard not to because of the way he moved. All right, so gonna wrap it up here. Let's send my wife to sleep, tuck her in, you know. Twon, love you very much. It was great to have you on.
And to many more memories.
Absolutely.
To many more.
A lifetime more memories
until
one of us dies. And remember, if it's me, my last thoughts, love my wife. Hilarious time, trying not to laugh in the chapel. Mm-hmm. But Chris brought a girl. His voice is so high. Father Nestor's coughing so much. We can't stop laughing. Have to leave the chapel. Close the door. We're laughing right outside. And Chris catches us. And it's so fucking hilarious. Love my wife. Okay? So, everyone, thanks for watching. We don't do the outro anymore. We keep it uncut. Okay?
Raw, uncut.
Uncircumcised.
You can... She gave me such fucking hell. When I said it twice. She was like, you say it all the time now. I was like, no, I just said it twice. And now here she is saying uncircumcised. How disrespectful. And in fact, I personally feel targeted because I was circumcised when I was 5 years old. Okay?
Oh, yeah. I know that story.
I remember my circumcision.
Triggered.
Your feet do too.
They do. Because I was drugged. I was put under at the hospital. Woke up different. You know,
had no idea.
Missing my hood, okay, and then I couldn't.
It fell off the car. Yeah,
exactly. I couldn't bend over, so my parents gave me a bunch of toys to like appease me for what I just went through, and they put the toys in front of me. It was torture. I couldn't bend over to get the toys. So I would use my feet to get the toys over.
And that's how you're so good at picking things up with your feet.
That's how I'm so good at picking things up with my feet. Yeah.
Very good.
So listen, everyone. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for watching Twon. Please PayPal me. My email address is in Twitter. PayPal me $1,000 for the quality of this episode. Mm-hmm. Follow us at Space Between everywhere. And we are out.
Good night.
Peace.
Space between.